What's going on, guys? I'm back with another How It Runs in 2021. And lately, what I've been wanting to do is just grab a random game off the shelf instead of having a game that relates to like a new game that I'm playing right now. Like, I'm playing Spider Man on the PlayStation 4, so instead of just grabbing an old Spider Man game, I've just been wanting to grab a random game off the shelf. And the game I grabbed off the shelf today is Cold War on the original Xbox. And yeah, let's dive into this game and let's take a look. And so I picked this game up in a bundle recently, and I'd never heard of it before. I never even heard of the developer, the publisher. So this is what caught my attention with this game is I kind of like trying out these old games that, from publishers that don't exist anymore, developers that don't exist anymore. So I wanted to take a look at this game, and this one caught my attention. And this game was developed by Mindware Studios and published by Dreamcatcher Games, both of which that are now closed. Mindware's biggest game was probably this one. They didn't make too many games, and Dreamcatcher Studios was purchased by Nordic Game Holding, better known as THQ Nordic. And this game holds a solid 60 on Metacritic, with companies like IGN giving it a 5.8 out of 10.
Take out the guard without alerting him. Use shadows and obstacles to surprise him from behind. The stealth meter in the bottom right corner of the screen is very useful to determine how visible you are.
And Cold War takes place in 1986, and you play as a journalist named Max Harder.
Search the guard's
The game opens
pockets.
up almost comic book-like style, and the character, from the little that I played the game, reminds me of a Jason Bourne character where he doesn't really remember that he's a spy or an assassin.
Who is it?
This guy thinks he's a journalist, yet he can knock out Soviet scum in like one hit. He can build rubber bullets with plastic bottles for some reason. And he also has an X-ray spy camera, essentially. So when he's taking photos, or when he's looking through the viewfinder, you can see essentially the map layout of the level. And at this point, I feel like I should mention the GameSpy comment on the back of the box here.
Sergey, I need the main entrance key.
Why do you need it?
Relax, I just forgot some stuff inside. I need to get it before my shift finishes.
So let me just read the GameSpy comment on the back of the box here. The X-ray camera is a great little gadget that provides eye candy as well as being an integral part of gameplay. I didn't get to experience any of the eye candy that they're talking about, but the X-ray camera was pretty cool. It is a little cool addition. It reminds me of that Perfect Dark gun. I can't quite remember the name of it now, but where you can kind of see through the walls and you can kind of see where your enemies are. That's how this is. So you can kind of, when you're looking through the viewfinder, you can see the skeletal outline of the characters and kind of get an idea on where you need to go. And overall, I find the game feels like a Splinter Cell clone. It's a third person, has a menu pop up every time you want to do an action, has you hiding and sneaking around. The list goes on. It doesn't do it as well as Splinter Cell, though, and that's the problem.
The main entrance key. I must get it, but I definitely don't want to kill him, so shooting is not an option. Maybe I can load my gun with something non-lethal. Plastic bottle, some standard bullets. I should be able to fashion some sort of rubber bullet from this junk. Man, I amaze myself with the things I come up with. That ability has saved my ass so many times I lost track.
Press the black button to open the assembly menu.
Controls are pretty clunky and feel like 2005. For example, you press Y and to bring up your menu of items, X to bring out your gun. There's no aim down sights or anything like that. In this aspect, it feels like Splinter Cell for sure. Both have some pretty clunky controls for their time. So just how does this game run today in today's standards? Well, not that great. Overall, I played this game for about an hour and had enough of it. It tries to be a Splinter Cell clone, which can be good and a bad thing depending on how you want to look at it. The graphics are decent for its age, but suffers frame rate drops in heavy combat. The controls are clunky, but the X-ray camera is pretty cool.
Hello?
And it's certainly a good game for the collection, but it's not going to be one that I run back to anytime soon. But let me know in the comments below, guys, if you've played this game. And if you have, let me know if your thoughts line up with my thoughts on the game. It just reminded me too much of Splinter Cell. And in fact, it just made me want to go play Splinter Cell. So I might have to do my next video on that game. But yeah, be sure to subscribe. I like doing these videos. And if you have a game that you would like me to try and give my thoughts on, then make sure to comment below. And if I have it in my collection, I'll definitely give it a try. Until next time, guys, have a good one.